We have reached the stage where there is literally no pause between major disasters hitting the United States. Michael Snyder reports, it's just one thing after another. When times were normal in this country, there would be a major disaster every once in a while, but now we have reached a stage where there is literally no pause between them. Authorities are still trying to assess the damage from historic wildfires that were just witnessed in Hawaii, and we're being told that they were the deadliest wildfires in the entire history of our country. And now suddenly more wildfires burning tens of thousands of acres in western portions of the state of Washington. At the same time, the state of California is bracing for an extremely rare disaster. According to AccuWeather, the impact that Hurricane Hilary is going to have on the state has the potential to be an extraordinary event, they say. AccuWeather meteorologists say that life-threatening flooding and disaster is unfolding in some of the desert areas and mountains in Southern California to southern Nevada, where more than a year's worth of rain could fall. The impact from Hilary has the potential to be an extraordinary event, one that is rare and unprecedented, AccuWeather Director of Forecasting Operations Dan DePodwin said. This is not something that happens every day. In fact, if Hilary is still considered to be a tropical storm when it hits California, it will be the first time this century that something like this has happened. If Hilary is still categorized as a tropical storm over California, it would be the first time that happened in almost 26 years since the former Hurricane Nora tracked near the Colorado River in California as a tropical storm in September 1997. Norman and Kathleen in 1978 and 76, respectively, brought impacts to Southern California, but neither officially made landfall as a tropical storm. There were only 2 times landfalls happened prior to 1950, including a September 1939 tropical storm in the LA basin and an October 2nd, 1858 hurricane, which tracked from San Diego to Long Beach. But no matter how it's categorized, everyone agrees that there is going to be an extremely unusual amount of rain. In fact, meteorologists are warning that we are likely to see dangerous to catastrophic flooding. Historic Hilary, downgraded from a hurricane to tropical storm but still carrying the potential for dangerous to catastrophic flooding, made landfall in the Mexican peninsula of Baja California on Sunday. While churning north towards the U.S., Hilary was 115 miles south-southeast of San Diego when the National Hurricane Center released its latest update at 2 p.m. Pacific time, warning of catastrophic and life-threatening flooding likely over Baja California and portions of the southwestern U.S. through Monday. The flooding has already begun in some areas of California as I write this article, he says. Authorities are warning that extremely heavy rainfall will trigger landslides and mudslides, and this is especially true in areas that have recently experienced wildfires. High winds will be an issue as well. San Diego County has already seen gusts of up to 84 miles an hour, and Yuma, Arizona has already seen gusts of up to 62 miles an hour. California Governor Gavin Newsom has officially declared a state of emergency, and Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo has done the same. This crisis is going to play out over several days, and it's going to hit a population that is largely unprepared for such a storm. Other residents of Southern California began to realize what was about to hit them. Thousands upon thousands of people descended upon local grocery stores to stock up on needed supplies. But panic buying has set in, and some supermarket shelves in San Diego and Los Angeles were stripped bare of essentials such as water and canned food. Videos of people panic buying at grocery stores started to emerge from California, with one tweet making jest of essentials being bought up by people in Los Angeles, a sign you're in LA and not the southeastern US during hurricanes, tropical storm preparation, white bread is left at Trader Joe's, focaccia all gone, but even during storm prep, Angelenos ain't bringing home the white bread, the Post read, with a picture of empty shelves and around 7 loaves of white bread. Of course, those that have prepared ahead of time don't need to battle the crowds. Something else just happened that's very important for me to mention. On Sunday afternoon, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake struck near OJ, California. As Southern California braced for a highly unusual summer storm Sunday afternoon, residents were struck by a much more familiar phenomenon, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake, according to U.S. Geological Survey. The epicenter of the quake was OJ between Santa Barbara and Ventura, and it occurred along the Cesar Fault, USGA data showed. Studies have shown that large amounts of water can stir up fault lines. Personally, I believe that we have now reached a point where the people of California should be extremely concerned about the possibility of the big one earthquake, and this is something that I discussed on my Substack a few days ago. I don't think that any of us will soon forget the images of the destruction in Hawaii, but now brand new headlines about devastating wildfires are crying for our attention, because we have raging wildfires ripping across the western portion of Washington at a pace that is absolutely breathtaking. Washington state, with more than 20,000 acres burned this weekend. The entire northwestern state remains under an alert, while the largest parkland area, Mount Spokane State Park, has been closed off to the public as firefighters battle to contain the inferno. In Spokane County, East Washington, the largest wildfire has razed 10,892 acres of land, destroying nearly 200 buildings. So sadly, this is how it's going to be now. And there's just going to be one thing after another, and most people will have absolutely no idea why any of this is happening. This is by Michael Snyder, and he says about the author, "My name is Michael, and my brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, Commissions Earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I have also started a brand new Substack newsletter, and I encourage you to subscribe so you won't miss any of the latest updates. I've published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the most important news. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, or financial or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. This is on End of the American Dream by Michael Snyder. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.